Someone who can please me, love me all night long. Welcome to all the beautiful people in the chat here. Okay. Welcome all you beautiful people. We're gonna get started momentarily. Just gonna give you guys a second to pour into the classroom, and we will indeed get started here in a little bit. Welcome to the classroom. Welcome all you beautiful souls, you beautiful people, beautiful vibes, beautiful everything. Okay, beautiful everything. It's great to see you. It's great to have you a part of the classroom. It's great to do everything with you because I love you, okay? I love you so much. I love you lots and lots. I love you like a fat kid loves tater tots. No cap in my rap. No lies in my pies. No way I could disguise the things I see behind my eyes. No way I could disguise. Welcome. Let's see who the very first person is gonna be in Lindsay. Welcome. Did you hear my little rhyme there at the beginning? That was like a special treat for whoever is like first. They get to hear me rhyming. A little bit of poetry, a little bit of poetry. Welcome. PP, back to you, I guess. Maybe, yeah. How are you guys doing? Lindsay's the first one in the class today, so she heard me being weird. Gracie said I'm actually early for once. I'm proud of you, Gracie. Like I'm proud of you for finally showing up. This is technically not even early. This is on time because when I click to go live, this is on time. And technically, I did click it late, so technically we're all late today because we're supposed to join each other at 4 p.m. Eastern. Dawn said, dude, I tried the meditation quantum jumping in my mind. Relax for some reason. I was thinking about all type of stuff. That's okay. We're going to talk about it. I'm glad you did the homework. I don't know if Lindsay or Gracie did the homework. They're here early. I don't know if they did the homework. We're going to discuss the homework that I gave you guys in detail. We're going to have a really good conversation about that. So I'm super excited for that, but I'm glad that you did it. I'm glad you at least tried it. That's the whole point, is to just go out and try things and to see how you like it. And then you can make a decision on how you felt about it or what you thought or what you saw, So I'm glad you did it, Dawn. That was the first step to getting where you need to go, okay? I'm going to wait for everyone for a little bit longer to pour in, then we're going to get started with a class and introduce everything that needs to be introduced here. Okay. How are you guys doing so far? Those of you who are here already, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. How are you guys feeling? What's the vibe for you? Or what's the aura that surrounds you? How are you doing? Elena, welcome back. How are you doing? It's nice to see you again. Charisse, how are you? One of our A+ students in the chat. You guys know Charisse is an A+ student. She's also a moderator. So if you guys have any questions for me and I don't answer it, there's a good chance Charisse might answer it, or you can just at her. She should be able to answer most questions. She's a smarty pants, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's good to see you, Elena. Thank you for the rose as well. Pretty Hazel Eye says, hi, my first time here, feeling good. I'm excited about what's to come. Well, you got a lot, and I hope you're buckled up. You got like a nice comfortable seat, Hazel Eyes, and you got, like a drink going, just something that will help you relax because you're in for a treat. This is probably one of the most unique experiences on TikTok nowadays. So you're definitely in for a treat. I hope you're well prepared. Okay. Sharice is gonna remind you guys through the live and our other moderators whenever they get here. Our other moderators, that girl and SH, when they get here, are also gonna remind you to like up the live as well as Sharice. Like I said, guys, if Sharice posts something in the chat, keep in mind it's because she's a moderator, so she has the ability to pin stuff. If I don't answer your question and she answers your question, take that as the answer, because for the most part, she knows exactly what she's talking about. She's always here. That's how you become an A+ student, is by always being here, always participating, always knowing what's going on. Okay. For those of you guys, I know some of you guys come in and you immediately have Sharice said, yeah, let's hit the like goal and try and get ourselves to 100K. That's always the goal on every live stream, to try and get the live stream to 100K by the end of the live stream. So I'm going to be here until about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So Eastern time. So we got an hour and a half to get our 100K like goal. Okay. For those of you guys who have personal questions for me, make sure you go over to my Instagram and you ask me your personal question, and I'll be more than glad to answer your personal question with a voice note. That's why I always say Instagram, because on TikTok you can't send voice notes. But just give me some time to respond. You know, I get hundreds of messages every single day, and I'm going live and shooting videos every single day. So you can only imagine how busy of a man I am on an everyday basis. So just give me a little bit of time to get to your question. I know for some of you guys, it's been a couple days. I've been very busy for the last couple days, you know, setting up all this stuff and creating a lot of new systems so that everything can flow easily for you guys. But rest assured, by next week and in the weeks to come, those systems will already be in place. So there won't be as much building. Things will already be where they're supposed to be. So just keep that in mind for those of you guys who have personal questions for me. Like I always say as well, as it relates to the lives, I know a lot of you guys are joining us on TikTok. There's also a few people on YouTube. And if you ever miss a live, you got to leave early, you fall asleep, because I know for some of you guys it's late, or, you know, you just anything happens and you miss part of the live. Everything will be available on my YouTube channel. You just go to my YouTube channel. It's right up there. So you don't got to ask 100 times. It's right up there. You go to the YouTube channel, you click on the YouTube channel, you go to the live section, and you'll see this exact live that we just did in a horizontal version on YouTube. And the most amazing part about that experience is that you'll still be able to follow along with the chat of YouTube, you know, as it happened when I was talking. Then you'll also be able to see the TikTok chat embedded in the video as well. So you'll get the full experience of everything and context of everything that was being said and discussed. And, you know, I love to have a conversation with the people in the chat as well. So you'll be able to get everything there, there as you need it. Okay. Elena, if you have a personal question for me, you gotta, Elena's asking me to answer Elena's question. If you have a personal question for me, you gotta go to Instagram, just because we want to stay on topic so that everyone, you know, can get some value from it. I definitely appreciate answering personal questions, but for the live stream podcast, you know, we like to stay on topic of what we're discussing. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you guys ever see a pink message down here, okay, if you guys ever see a pink message down here, that is coming from the YouTube chat. I told you guys I'm live streaming to both places at the same time. Technology is crazy. So if you ever want a different experience, you want to talk to me you want to listen to me on a different platform, I post lots of YouTube videos as well. You can get more content on there. And, you know, the YouTube chat is also here. So it's not like when you go to the YouTube page and watch me live, then you're going to miss out on the TikTok chat, because the TikTok chat is also live on the screen as well on YouTube. So you'll be able to get the full experience no matter where you go to watch me. Okay, so that's the best part, right? And lastly, Okay, I see here on the YouTube chat, Madison said early, she said, so sad I can't watch because I'm at work. Just wanted to pop in and say thanks for all the content. Your humor and advice always gets me through the day. Well, Madison probably is not hearing this now, but when you watch it back, thank you, Madison, for the kind words and the kind message. I appreciate that so much. And, I'm glad that I could help. You guys help me as well. Thank you, Jenna, for the rose. Thank you, Elena, for the gift as well, user. I thank you for all the roses, Jenna. I appreciate you. So, guys, we got a lot to talk about from yesterday because yesterday was, we did a lot. We discussed a lot, and I also gave you guys some homework. We're gonna get there. Just stay patient, right? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the homework. First, you know what we have to do. You know what we got to do before we do anything. We got to do roll call. Okay. So for those of you guys who are new here, I seen Hazel I say that she's new here. So she's buckled up and she's ready for a new experience. So for those of you who are new, we do roll call before every class session live stream, just to make sure that everyone who is here is participating. See, Salma knows, she knows right here in the YouTube chat, she knows roll call. We do roll call just to make sure everyone that's in the chat is participating, not just with me, but with others, right? We want it to be like a community. Everyone gets to learn from each other, including me. Okay. So just make sure that you're participating. I do roll call. So you got to say here or present so that I know you're here and present. Your fingers are active. Okay. You're ready to type away and, talk to me and talk to all the other fellow classmates. So for everyone that's in the chat, I need you to say here or present so that I know that you're here, you're present, and you're actively participating, not just sitting back and being passive and not saying anything and not talking and just listening to the sound of my voice. I know some of you guys just like to listen to the sound of my voice. But I also want you to participate so you can get as much from it. So you're not like half falling asleep. You're not really even listening to what I'm saying. You're just hearing my voice as like ASMR. You know what I mean? Which would be cool too, but still, I want some participation. I think Brianna was the first one to say, even before I said it, she was the first one to say here in the chat. So congratulations to Brianna. She said it as soon as I was about to say it, she said it. SH is here. Good to see SH. SH is another one of our moderators. So if SH if I don't answer your question and SH answers your question, take that as the answer. If I'm not paying attention to the chat, because sometimes I be going on a rant, then just at SH or Sharice, one of them should be able to answer. Spilling water on myself. One of them should be able to answer your question if you have one, because they're here all the time. And they know about a lot of what goes on here. Okay, they're very familiar. So just keep that in mind. So now that I've seen everyone say here and present, let's get started. So I told you guys we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. That girl's here as well. That girl is also a moderator. So if you ever have a question for me and I don't answer it, I'm ranting, I'm focused on what's going on, ask one of them. So that girl, Sharice, and SH are the three moderators here for today. And you can also become a moderator. It is possible for you, I'm looking at you, to become a moderator, or AKA an A++ student. You just got to be here consistently. You got to be participating with me and everyone else. And you got to be here consistently. That's the most important part. All three of those beautiful ladies are here consistently. Okay, that's the most important part. So I say, oh yeah, happy Women's Day. I forgot to say that to you guys. Happy Women's Day. Of course, I don't celebrate it, but I'm celebrating with you. So that is awesome for you guys. What a great day for us to be live streaming about relationships and dating. You know what I mean? I'm celebrating you, right? As a man, I'm celebrating you. So that is awesome. So what a great day for us to all come together and talk about relationships and love and all this beautiful, amazing stuff. Okay, awesome. Happy Women's Day to all of you and the men who want to celebrate Women's Day as well. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about from yesterday, and very interesting. We kind of, I don't want to say went down a rabbit hole, but we kind of went into a direction that is less talked about as it relates to relationships. I was talking yesterday about aura and how to change your aura, right? But very important, because aura, manifestation, law of attraction, which are kind of the things I've been discussing the last couple of days, are a lot harder to grasp if these concepts are new to you. Because when I start talking about manifestation and law of attraction and stuff like that, I know for many of you, especially those of you who are on the younger side, this might be literally your first introduction to this. Salma says, can we become moderators on YouTube? I will look that up and figure that out. I don't know exactly how to do that on YouTube as it stands right now, but I'll definitely look into trying to make some of you guys on YouTube moderators as well, because the YouTube community that watches the live streams from YouTube is growing, and I want you guys to be just as involved as well. So Salma, I will definitely do the job of looking into it and try and make that a thing for next week. Okay. So just keep that in mind. If I don't remember, just keep reminding me, because trust me, I want to do that for you guys. I don't want to forget. Okay. So yesterday we discussed aura, and in the process of discussing aura, I gave you guys some homework. Does anyone that was present in yesterday's live stream remember what homework I gave you guys to research and listen to after the live stream? Does anyone remember what I talked about? Okay, Kitten says the meditation. Cleara says the meditation. Bonnie says I wasn't there. Shame on you, Bonnie. You should have been there. You should have been there. Dawn says quantum jumping, right? You're very correct, Dawn. Elena also wasn't here. Shame on Elena. Boo. Okay, Brianna, meditation, SH, quantum jumping, meditation. Yes. Okay, so yesterday I gave you guys the homework of quantum jumping meditation that you guys should go and listen to, because I know in the process of us talking about our purpose and talking about how to figure out what it is that you want for your life, what it is that makes you happy, how to discover yourself, basically. That was the whole concept. I gave you guys the homework of going and listening to a quantum jumping meditation. Now, I know for some of you guys who are new, like I said, to these concepts about aura and manifestation and the law of attraction, a lot of you guys were like, quantum jumping meditation, I am not at all familiar. What is that? How does that work? This sounds strange. What are we doing here? This is super spiritual. Is this religious? What's going on? What does this have to do with relationships or dating? Trust me, we're going somewhere, and we're going somewhere special. Okay. The whole concept behind what we were doing, what we were learning yesterday, is we're learning how to give ourselves that internal validation, that internal happiness, right? To feel whole within ourselves, because we know what we want. We know who we are. We know what our purpose is here on earth, right? And in the process of that, right, you will feel like you have something to wake up for every single day, right? You'll feel like there's something to look forward to every single day. And that's good. That's how we all should be as humans and as individuals. But the reason it relates to relationships is because now, in the process of you feeling like you have something to wake up for, in the process of you feeling like you have goals to attain, right? In the process of you making yourself happy by doing what you're passionate about, right? You will take that happiness and confidence into your relationships, and you'll carry it around you everywhere you go, right? And people will be attracted to that aura, right? The fact that you feel whole, I still was going to say hope. The fact that you feel whole within yourself, right, gives you that confidence and gives you that internal validation that when you go and you meet people, you're not chasing that validation, right? Because a lot of times when we find ourselves in relationships where we're codependent on our partner, or in relationships where people are using the fact that we're so desperate for validation against us to get them to get us to do what they want us to do, right? They can use it as a form of manipulation, right? Because when someone sees you're so desperate for something, of course, in this case, we're more specifically talking about men for most of you guys in the chat, but I know we have some men that are in the chat, so we be talking about women. But in most cases, right, when someone sees that you're super desperate for that validation and you're seeking that, right, externally, they know that they can use that against you. They can either give you a lot of that or take it away as a way of manipulating you into getting to you to do what they want you to do, right? And we want to stop those people, them, they, right? We want to stop them from being able to have that power over us, right? Bonnie said love bombing. Yeah, that's another perfect example of understanding. And this is all happening on a subconscious level. The understanding that, look, if I feed your ego in a particular way, if I give you validation in a particular way, right, that's going to take you over the moon. I also know that because you're so desperate for it, if I take it away, that's going to put you down in the dumps, right? And I can use that large swing of emotions to control you, right? So what are we doing here? We're utilizing these methods to create inside you your own internal happiness and your own internal validation that you're not going to go up and down based on someone else's validation of you, because you have your own validation of yourself. So the whole idea is finding out what makes you happy, finding out what brings you joy, finding out what your purpose is outside of just being someone's husband or wife, right? Outside of just being someone's partner, because it's awesome to be someone's partner. It's awesome to be a mother to children. It's awesome to be someone's wife. It's even better to be that and also have things for yourself as an individual, right? Because eventually your kids will grow old and your kids will eventually not need you as much anymore, right? And also your partner is going to have their own individuality outside of you. So it's very important that in that process, you don't lose sight of who you are. And it's very important that in that process, you at least first discover who you are so that your whole identity doesn't just become a relationship. Because if you don't have that, or the relationship isn't working as well as you anticipated it to work, you're going to be very discombobulated. Discombobulated, I believe, is an SAT word, like, you know. So, but discombobulated just means, you know, out of whack. Okay. You'll be very discombobulated if you don't have that. Right. And we don't want you to be discombobulated the moment your relationship isn't working as perfectly as you anticipated it to work, because that's not sustainable. Right. That won't be sustainable if you're all discombobulated in the ebbs and flows of a regular relationship, because relationships aren't going to be up all the time. It's impossible. A relationship will never be good all the time. It'll also never be bad all the time. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but the goal is to keep yourself level so that neither of those things are too extreme. Okay. Okay. You don't want to be living on the extreme. Life is about balance. Okay. So the reason we talked about quantum jumping meditation, I want to ask you guys, for those of you guys who actually did the homework, what was your experience? And this is where I want all you guys to really participate and really let me know what your experience is like, because this is really about you, right? This is really about you and your experience. I know for some of you guys, this is really new and a really new concept. So I want to help guide you through it, because I know when I first did it, or when I first was understanding it or trying to understand what it is I'm doing here, you know, we all need guides to kind of help us understand, you know, what is the purpose, and to help us sift through our feelings. Okay. Lover May says, where can I find this meditation? So I gave you guys two yesterday. One of them was titled, if you just type in quantum jumping meditation, there's one by, I think it's, let's see here, quantum jumping meditation. There's two. There's one by Your Universe is titled, and it's got like this, person on it. This is another one by Your Universe, just a black screen with like a rainbow person on it. And then there was another one that was for sleep, a quantum jumping sleep meditation. It's by Jason Stevenson. It's blue. That one's like eight hours long, because it's to actually fall asleep too. Okay. So for those of you guys who did try it out, what was your experience? Like, what did it feel like? What did you, even if you didn't like it, that's fine. The whole point is to try it so that you can really you can get on the path to figuring out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You can start discovering things, okay? Armani says, try what out? Quantum jumping meditation. That was the homework from yesterday. That was the homework from yesterday that I gave the class. Dawn says, I just didn't know how it felt when it told me to visualize what I wanted, but I don't know. Okay. So what do you mean? Be specific. So are you saying that when they told you to visualize, for those of you guys who don't know, it's a meditation, right? So you're going to have someone talking to you. It's not like you just sit there in silence. You're going to have someone talking to you, guiding you through the meditation. So to kind of put your focus in a particular place, right? Right. So that's the whole point. Bonnie said, what's the time we just need to ground ourselves because we're so overstimulated from from everything going around us? What do you mean? Armani says, does it help with manifestation? It does. It does. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to introduce you guys slowly, right, to the concept of manifestation and the law of attraction, because I want you guys to be able to use that in your real life for your relationships, right? But I also want to introduce you to all the powers, unlocking all the powers of your mind in creating the reality that you want. And that includes your relationships. Trust me, that will include your relationships. So Dawn said something interesting that she found it, I'm assuming Dawn's a woman, she found it hard to visualize when the guide of the video was asking her to visualize things, right? And I understand that that's probably something that a lot of us are struggling with, you're kind of like, what do I visualize? Okay, like what am I supposed to be visualizing? Okay, so the whole idea of quantum jumping, and I know you guys are like, what's this have to do? Just stay with me. The whole idea of quantum jumping is for you to leave your own physical body and physical realm and enter another dimension. Stay with me. Enter another dimension in which you meet the version of you that is already doing and living the life that you want to live. So for example, let's say you're super passionate about painting, and your ultimate goal is for your paintings to be hanging in museums, your life to be that of a painter. Like, you don't have to do anything in your life except for paint. You make a living off that. You make more than a good living off of that, right? And you're comfortable and you get to express yourself and express your feelings. You get to watch your paintings and your art take shape in museums and people to know you for your painting and all that good stuff. Let's just say that's your ultimate dream. That's who you want to be. Okay. The whole idea of quantum jumping is that you will enter an alternate realm, dimension, in which you get the opportunity to meet that version of you as that version of you already exists. Okay. That version of you that is already existing, that ideal, let's say dream version of you, right, is already existing at right now. They introduce themselves to you, and then you proceed to have a conversation with that dream version of you that you can ask that dream version of you, hey, what is it? How did you get here? What did you do? What actions did you take? What advice do you have for me? Because I want to become you. So what do I have to do to become you? Okay? So that's the whole idea of what you're trying to visualize. Now, I understand for those of you who don't know what it is you want to be or what it is you want to look like, it's a little bit harder because you're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be visualizing. Okay. And I know, like I said, I know some of you guys are like, what does this have to do with relationships? My point being is you can also visualize that for a relationship. So I know a lot of you guys, at least most of you guys, know what type of relationship you want or what type of relationship you want to be in. So at the very least, even if you don't yet know your purpose, you can at least visualize the way you would feel or look when you're thriving in a healthy relationship. We can at least start there. And if you don't know what that looks like, you do that first. Okay. Right. I encourage you guys, right, who don't know if you feel like you don't know what your purpose is, and you don't know what you want in terms of a relationship, like you don't know what you want your future relationship to look like, feel like, you don't know what your partner you want them to be like if you don't know, if you can't visualize those things, I encourage you to sit down after this will be your homework. I encourage you to sit down after this at your desk, at your dinner table, whatever, and write down, just write. Don't focus on how long, how many sentences, this and that. Just write all the things you wish you had, okay, in a relationship. Just write them down. Just keep writing them. Just keep writing them until your picture becomes clearer and clearer. Just things you wish you, even if you're not even sure if you would enjoy them, whatever, even if it's just things you saw in a movie, even if it's things you just saw in a TV show and you're like, oh, I would love to have that. Even if it's something small, like, oh, I'd love to have a 5-bedroom house in Dallas, Texas. I'd love to live in a mansion with my husband in Paris and Germany and wherever. Okay. Like, even if it's that, even if you feel like it's unrelated to the relationship, okay, just keep writing until you finally feel like you have a decently clear picture of what it is that you at least wish for. Okay. Let's not even say this. Let's just say wish for, wishes. If I was a genie, right, and I'm just granting you wishes as it relates to your relationship, what are you going to be wishing for? Okay. Write all of those down. Okay, that's an easy place to start. So because once you start writing those down, you can create a clearer picture of what it is you want, at least in your relationship, okay, right? And then you can do the same thing, but for your life, okay? For your life, right? Bonnie says swimming in that money. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But then go a step deeper. Okay. Even if you're going to say, okay, I wish to be making a lot of money. Okay. How? Right. You're not just going to sit around on your couch eating potato chips and make a lot of money. Okay. So if you want to make a lot of money, right, and that's part of your wishes that you want to be granted, that's fine. But then also go as far as saying how you're going to be making that money. You're not going to be making that money sitting on your couch. How, even if you say, I want to own a business making that money. Okay, cool. Own a business. What is the business? Okay. Go a step deeper. Okay. You should be able to visualize. This is your wishes. You should be able to visualize how this is happening. At the very least, you should be able to visualize how this is happening, right? There's nothing wrong with saying you're going to make a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with any of that, right? But you should know how it's going to happen. Okay. And so the same thing applies if you're unsure of what it is you want for yourself. I would say before you do the meditation, because I wanted you guys to at least try it, then see how you feel about it. Once you see how you feel about it, then we can go back to the drawing board and adjust some stuff. But I wanted you guys to try it first. Okay. The same thing applies as it relates to your life. Just start writing down as if I'm a genie, or there's some genie. Let's just pretend it's me because I'm talking to you. As if I'm a genie and I'm telling you, I will grant any wish that you want as it relates to your life. Tell me what you wish for and write all of those things down. Just keep writing all the things you've wished for now, later, and forevermore. You write them down on your notepad or whatever as all the things you wish to have and all the wishes that you wish to be granted for your life. Okay? And write those things down. That will at least give you a clearer picture of what it is you even want. Okay. And like I said, there's no boundaries to this. So I'm not going to say, oh, you can't put down money. You can't put down having a big house. You can't put down kids. No, there's no boundaries. Just keep writing everything that you could possibly wish for, but be specific. That's my only rule. Is when you're asking for these wishes to be granted to you, you have to be specific. So like Bonnie said, Bonnie wants to make a bunch of money, and I'm sure a lot of us would love to make a bunch of money. That's generally the goal for everyone, is to make a lot of money. That's great. But then you need to be specific about how you want that money to be made. It can't just be, I just want to sit back in my house and do nothing and make a bunch of money, right? You can say, I want to create a business that gives me passive income. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's a good start. That's specific. But then go a step further. What is the business? What is the source? Where is it coming from? Okay. Right. So that's important as well. So Tiffany says YouTube didn't tell me that I was live. You got to make sure you turn on the turn on the notifications on both, so that you know, so that if one glitches, then the other one gives you the chance, right? Dawn says, I kind of just want to marry a rich man that I'm attracted to. Okay, that's fine. Listen, this is what I'm saying, guys. Even if what you wish for, right, is something like Dawn said, which I don't advise that your wish to only be to marry a rich man who you're attracted to. But I'm saying, let's not even put boundaries on it. Even if that's your wish, be specific with that wish, okay? So what I mean by be specific, right, is tell me where you want to live with that man. Tell me what you want your house to look like. Tell me how many children you want, right? Tell me the characteristics that you want him to have. Tell me the personality traits you want him to have. Tell me what you want your relationship dynamic to be. Tell me how long you want to be dating before you get married. Tell me where you want to get proposed to. Tell me how many dates per week you want to go to. Tell me what type of travel experiences and places you want to go and things you want to do with your significant other. Get specific, okay? Lover May said how he acts around you. Yes, how he treats you, his fight language, how he resolves conflict with you. Tell me the color of your couch, okay? Tell me the inches of your TV. Tell me what your bedroom looks like. Tell me the setup of your house, right? Okay? I want to know every single little detail, okay, of your wishes. Pretend that if you make your wish general, right? That girl says it's inches. Whatever you want, everything. His foot size, his shoe size, every little minute detail. Okay? Whether he had braces when I want you to come up with every single detail you can possibly come up with as it relates to your wish. Even if your wish is general, like I just want a rich man or I just want to live a comfortable life. Okay. That's fine. How do you want to live this comfortable life? Give me how. Be specific, okay? Write those down, okay? Because once you have that, if you're struggling to understand what it is you want, right? Once you have that list, at least now you can read through your list. And when you're going through these meditations and these meditations are asking you to look towards your future self that's living the life that you want to live, at least now you can have a better understanding of what that life is. Lover May says how many kids, the house, cars, where you're living, what job he is working, and more. All of it. Perfect. All of it. And the thing about it is, once you start writing and you get your mind flowing, right, you'll start thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I like this. Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah, I do like that. You don't even have to have experienced it. Like I say, even if you've seen someone else living that, or you've seen it on TV, or you've seen it, or you have a friend that lives that life, right? Anything that your heart desires, these are your wishes, right? You just go through, just write them all down. Just keep writing. Don't stop. Don't give yourself boundaries. The only rule is that you have to be specific. Tammy said we also have to be realistic. No, I don't want you guys to have any boundaries in this creative process of understanding what your wishes are. There's no boundaries. You don't have to be realistic at all. If you say, I want to live in the bottom of the ocean with my husband and our kids, sure. Whatever it is, whatever your heart desire, don't give yourself the constraints of having to be realistic, because this is still the brainstorming stage. I'm referring to when you're still trying to understand what it is that you even want in a relationship and for yourself, okay? This is still the brainstorming stage, so there are no rules. Don't be realistic based on your circumstances. Don't be realistic based on where you live. Don't be realistic based on how many eggs you think you have left. Don't be realistic based on anything, okay? Life is not realistic, okay? Your physical reality can change into anything you desire, right? Don't focus on being realistic, right? You can dream. I'm giving you permission to dream. Allow your inner child to come back out. That's the problem, is that a lot of us have suppressed our inner child as time goes on, right? And we've suppressed our ability to dream and just started living in a world where, okay, I'll just take what life gives me. I'll never desire or want something for myself. I'll just allow life to happen to me, right? And that's the first mistake. That's how all of this gets killed. That's how you find yourself in a position with a life that you don't enjoy, right? Because you stopped yourself from dreaming, or you've stopped yourself from believing that you're allowed to dream or want things that feel unattainable or feel hard to retain or feel far out, right? You suppress that inner child that wants to dream and wants more and wants big things and wants to do big things and wants to try different things and wants to go out and fail and succeed and experience, right? Because you're so focused, you start putting yourself, as you grow older and older and older, you become more and more rigid, and you start putting yourself in a box. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm not that smart. I'm not that intelligent. I'm not that capable. I'm not that pretty. I'm not that beautiful. I'm not that attractive. I'm not that desirable. Nobody wants me. I only get bottom of the barrel guys. I only get bums. I don't attract anything. I can't. So shall it be. Exactly as you anticipate it to be, and exactly as how you believe it to be, is exactly what you'll see, right? Thank you guys for the gifts that have gifted me as well. Ring Kucher. Thank you, right? Essay says, everything that you imagine can be true. Nothing is impossible. 100%. Linda said, is it bad that everything I'm wishing for is in my ex? Like I said, in the process of this wishing, I don't want you to even focus on, is this right to wish? Is this wrong to wish? I just want you to wish. Now, I'm not saying you should wish for your ex, okay? Because if you broke up, there's probably a reason for that. But what I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with even using your own experiences to understand what it is that you want, you like, or you don't like, okay? So if you have to use your ex to say, okay, I really like that my ex was super communicative or super emotionally intelligent, I'm going to put that down as one of the things I wish for in my future, right? You don't have to wish for the person. You can wish for some of the qualities of the person, okay? Okay, so what you're essentially trying to do, you're building your life. You're not attaching your life to any one particular person, okay, right? So you're not saying, oh, I want to date The Rock, or I want to date Ashton Kutcher, I want to date Brad Pitt. What, you're not saying that, okay? What you are doing is you're building the life that you want to live as you want to live it, okay? Right? Because the first step to visualization is to know what it is you're even trying to visualize. And like I say, I know for some of you guys who are new to these concepts, it's a little bit far out, because you're like, how does this get me any closer to finding a good man? And because the natural inclination, especially for you as women, is to feel like, well, the man is supposed to be the one. He's supposed to come chase after me. He's supposed to want me. He's supposed to desire me. So I should just be able to sit back and wait for the man to come and show himself to me, desire me, and sweep me off my feet. Well, no, that's not really how it works. Yes, a man is supposed to chase you. Yes, a man is supposed to desire you. Yes, a man is supposed to want you. Yes, a man is supposed to court you. However, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't know what you want. You shouldn't know what your standards and expectations are for a relationship. You shouldn't know what you want your relationship to look like. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't take control of actually trying to manifest a specific future for yourself. Because I feel like a lot of us, right, are under the impression that the manifestation of a specific life that I want to live for myself is trying to take control of the situation in a way that's no longer feminine. Okay? That's not true. Manifesting a specific life for yourself is still feminine. You are not masculine because you're manifesting what you want to see, or because you know what you want to see and you want to attract a specific thing into your life, right? That doesn't make you masculine, right? Sitting on your ass and waiting for things to happen to you, right? Without taking any action, right? Without working towards it in your mind and physically, is just stupid. It's not feminine, it's just stupid. Because your life is not just going to fall out of the sky and be put in place when you don't even know what you want to see. You don't even know what you want to see. How on earth can you know you're living your perfect life if you don't even know what your perfect life looks like? How many of you in this chat, tell me right now, how many of you know what your perfect relationship and your perfect life even looks like? How many of you can describe to me in detail right now what your perfect relationship, your perfect partner, and your perfect life would look like? Be honest with me. Okay? Tell me in the chat. Someone said, not me. I do know exactly. Clear said, I know exact. Okay, good. Right? I have known for years, Clear said. Shay said, when starting this process, how are we starting our sentences? I wish for, I need. So this is what I want you to do, okay? I see some of you guys answering partial, not me, I know, right? Cherie says, I know in general. Relationship, yes. Life, not fully. This is what I want you guys to do. For those of you guys who are unsure still, like I said, before you even go to the quantum jumping meditation, because I'm sure probably some of you guys were struggling like Don did in being able to actually visualize anything, because you're like, what am I visualizing? I don't know what, like, I don't even know what I want, so I don't know what to visualize. That's fine. So I want you guys, this is the homework for today. Now that some of you guys have tried it and, you know, kind of at least understood the concept, you know, you try it, even if it doesn't feel like it worked for you, you tried it. That's the most important part. You got to take action. You got to try some things, right? You got to step outside of your comfort zone. You tried it. Now, this new homework I'm going to ask you guys to do, for those of you guys who are struggling to visualize what you want in your life, I just want you to pretend as if a genie is right in front of you, asking you, right, what your wishes are, and telling you that they will grant any of your wishes that you desire. You just got to write them down on this piece of paper, and you have to be specific, because the genie will grant you exactly what you ask for. And if you ask for something general, the genie will grant you something outside of what you actually wanted, okay? So for example, if you say, if I was to put on my wish list, I want a toy, you can even, if you have to write I wish just to make it easier for yourself, you can write that, okay? If that's what you need to make it easier for yourself, you can put down I wish and then proceed to write down anything else that you want or you wish for, okay? Now, just pretend, right, that if you aren't very specific, the genie is going to get it wrong. So if you put I wish for a toy, right, that is super vague and super general. The genie could come back with a stuffed animal the size of your fist, and you'd be like, that's not what I wanted. Or the genie could come back with a toy airplane that costs $10,000, a remote airplane that costs $10,000, okay? So I just want you to understand, when you're wishing for these things, right? When you're putting out this wish list of the things that you want, the things that you desire, you need to be ultra specific. I don't care if you write down the amount of the percentage of polyester and cotton that you want to be inside your couch. Okay? Be that specific. Be that specific. I don't care if you want to tell me the dimensions of your kitchen countertop and the color of the granite. Okay? I don't care if you tell me exactly how many designer fur coats are sitting in your closet, what direction they're facing as it relates to the North Star. I don't care if you want to tell me how many Louis Vuitton shoes you want to be in your closet and how they're going to be color coordinated from darkest to lightest, and how they're everything, every single detail. Okay, there's no amount of detail that is too much. Okay, you just keep writing. Don't stop writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Keep writing until you feel like you can't write anymore. Just keep writing. Keep writing. When you feel like you can't write anymore, write some more. Right? When you feel like you put everything down, write some more. When you feel like you've made every single tiny detail, add some more. Okay? Until you have a wish list that is so detailed, so specific, you can literally create a movie out of it, okay? Everything is so detailed and so specific. It is literally, I want you to write down the store you're gonna get each item from. Write down the location of the store, the address, the zip code that you're gonna get each item from that's gonna exist in your house or in your closet. Keep writing. There's always more detail to add. You write down as much detail as you possibly can. What's going to happen after you do that, you're going to end up with a list that is super specific, right? And when you read through the list, you're going to see for the first time what you want for yourself. Going to be crazy. Because I know for some of you guys that are unsure, that don't know, you'll be like, damn, this was inside me. Like, these are my desires out on a piece of paper. These are my, like, this is me. This is my soul out now on a piece of paper. I can see it. Like, it's here in front of me. It's physical now. I can touch it. Anyone else can read through it and have a clear understanding of what I want. This is good. This is great. This is awesome. Okay? All right? This is awesome. Because now, when they tell you to visualize something, now, when they tell you to picture what you want your future to look like, you can actually picture something. And you can picture it very specifically. Okay? Dina said, I need you in an ear, please. Mansplaining everything a man says to me. Oh, well, that would be awesome, right? That's why I join you guys every single day, so that you guys can continuously hear my voice, and it'll be a lot harder to forget when you join me every single day. Okay. Are you guys following me so far as it relates to writing out your wish list for those of you guys who are struggling to figure out what you want in a relationship and for your life? Are you guys following me so far? Or are you guys still confused about how you should go about discovering that? Okay. Okay. So I want every single one of you guys. So even if you know what it is you want, I want, for the sake of doing it, I want all of you guys to do it. Okay. This will be the homework for the weekend. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to participate with you guys. So we're all going to do this. This is going to be a community thing. Since today's Friday and we have the weekend to do this, you guys have lots of time to write this out. I'm also going to do my own. Okay. So I don't want it to just be like, I'm telling you to do something and then I don't do it. Okay. I'm also going to do my own. And then come Monday, I'm going to share with you guys mine. Okay. So next class, right? Brianna, exactly right. So next class, we're going to share. I'm going to start by sharing mine. And then maybe we'll see if some people want to share theirs as well. We can do that as well, where you guys send me a message and then, I'll put it up on screen and we can share each other's. Okay. So I'm going to share mine so you guys can read mine as well come Monday. And then we're all going to do a job of sharing our own. Okay. So that we can you guys can see firsthand what I mean and how to go about this. And you can see also that I'm participating in it as well. I'm not just telling you to do it and then I don't actually do it. You understand what I mean? I'm not that type of quote unquote teacher. Okay. So on Monday, right, I want all of you, whether or not you know what you want, I want everyone, right, to write down what it is that they want for your relationship and your life. Both. You're going to put that, because your relationship is your life. You're going to put both of those down in your I wish list. Just keep writing. Don't ask me how long you make it. Just keep writing. All your questions about 2 sentences, 3, a paragraph, a page. Should I write down what I wish about my job? Should I write down what I wish about my career? All of it. The more you ask questions, the longer you're wasting time and not writing. Just write. You want to type it out? You can type it out if you don't have good handwriting. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm probably gonna type it out. You wanna handwrite it? You can handwrite it if you need that connection with the paper to actually feel like you're getting closer to your soul. Some people are like that. Okay, you gotta get it out. You got to get it out so it's there in a physical form. You can hold it in your hands. You can see it. You can feel it. Okay. Because that brings it one step closer to being real. Everything that you put on that piece of paper, right, has actually become one step closer to being real when it's finally on a physical 3-dimensional piece of paper. Paper is 3D, even though it doesn't feel like that, right? You've now put it into one step closer to being a physical reality, because now it's on a piece of paper in writing. Right? Okay. Very simple. And I don't want you to think so deeply. Law of attraction, manifestation. What are we trying to? Just write your wish list. As if a genie is granting all your wishes, you just need to be specific about what your wish list is. Just be specific. That is your only rule. There are no boundaries. Just keep writing everything you've ever wished for in your life, in your relationships, all of it, in your job, career, all of it. Just keep writing. Don't stop writing. Be as detailed as you possibly can, down to the thread count in your clothing. Everything. Okay? Everything you write down. Everything. I don't care if you say, I want a closet full of designer. I want a closet full of this. I want a closet full of that. Write it down. Write down the color of everything. Write down how many. Write down how big the closet is. Okay? Even if you want to describe to me your partner, I want my partner to be 6'3" and 2/3. I want my partner to have broad shoulders. I want my partner to weigh 190 pounds. I want my partner to be of Dominican, Puerto Rican descent. I want my partner to be Nigerian. I want my partner to have a dangle earring. I want my partner to work in finance. I want my partner to be a CEO of a cupcake business. I want my partner to own a cookie shop. All of it. I want my partner to have, I wish for my partner to have 32 teeth, 2 of which have been pulled as wisdom teeth. So now he only has 30 teeth. I wish my partner had braces when they were younger. I wish my partner weighed a lot when they were little and then lost exactly 45.3 pounds as they grew to be an adult, because fat people are usually funnier and have better personalities, but now he'll look like a model, but he'll have the personality of a fat guy. All of it. Everything. You just keep writing. Just keep writing, okay? I promise you, and the most amazing part about this is that you will actually discover, welcome Sarah Ratima, we haven't seen you in a while. You will actually discover, right? You will actually discover that there are a lot of things that you want that you didn't even realize that you wanted them. It's going to be a very strange experience. Me myself have actually never wrote it on a piece of paper, but I promise you, even in the process of me manifesting and thinking and actually sitting down and thinking about what I want for myself, it brought me to the realization. I was like, I actually didn't realize how much I wanted that specific thing because I never gave myself the time to like actually think about that, right? You'd be shocked. Like a lot of us, right? A lot of us talked about, a lot of us have spent a lot of time doing things for other people because that's what they want for us, and not a lot of time doing things that we want for ourselves because that's what we want, okay? And we become accustomed so much to doing things for other people the way they want them because they want us to do it because they think that will be most beneficial for us, that we've lost sight of what we wanted for ourselves originally, what makes us happy as an individual, right? Because we spend all of our lives doing things for other people. I gave this example on a video one time, and this was far back before I even think I had 100K followers. I made this video. The video was titled, I made this video on TikTok. The video was titled "Why Men Lead You On." Okay. But it's really, the example that I give is really something that we all go through. So it's not just men. And I'll give you guys the example because it relates to the topic that we're talking about, or law of attraction and manifestation. Okay. And what I just said, right? As a child, you came home from school, from elementary school, right? And as soon as you come into the house, your mother tells you what chores to do. You got to take out the trash. You got to clean these dishes. You got to get your room clean, right? When you're younger, you don't really have a grasp of why those things need to be done, right? You just know that your mom is telling you that those things need to be done. So you're not really taking out the trash, because if you don't take out the trash, there's going to be a whole bunch of garbage everywhere. It's going to start stinking up the place, and you're going to have rats and rodents, and your whole house is going to be disgusting. You don't really take out the trash because of that. You take out the trash because mom tells you to, right? You don't really wash the dishes because if you don't wash the dishes, they're going to grow a bunch of mold, and then you'll have nothing to put your food on when you finally want to eat something, and you won't have a sanitary place to eat, right? You just wash the dishes because mom tells you to wash the dishes. You don't really clean your room, because if you don't clean your room, then you're going to have a whole bunch of clothes everywhere. You're going to be disorganized. You won't be able to think straight. You won't be able to find anything because of all the massive disorganization and clutter that's going on everywhere. You just clean your room because your mom tells you to clean your room. Okay? As a young child, sorry. Right? Even when you become a high school student and you finally graduate high school, right? What's the first thing that happens after you graduate high school? You start looking at what you're going to do next, whether it be college, whether you want to study a trade, whether you want to, go into finance, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, right? Right? And what's the first thing that happens, right? You ask your parents for advice, and your parents tell you where the best places for you to go to college is, to go to university is, right? Of course, they don't decide for you, but when you grow up, right? Let's say both of your parents, let's just imagine you grow up in a household where both of your parents went to USC. Okay? And your parents fell in love at USC. They met at USC. They always are wearing USC sweatshirts all around the house. What do you think is the most likely place you're going to choose to go to college when you finally get that time and you graduate high school? You're most likely going to choose to go to USC, not because it's any better of a school than all the other schools, not even because it might necessarily be better for what you're trying to get into, but simply because, right, the influence of your parents on you have convinced you to align yourself with USC. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So you go to USC based on the recommendation of your parents and what they've experienced, okay? So you choose a school based on what other people want for you, right? You clean your room and do your chores based on what other people tell you to do, okay? When you finally graduate college and you go out into the quote unquote real world and you're looking for a job, right? You're looking for a job based on the degree you have from college, right? Because other people will tell you what type of jobs you should apply for based on the education that you have at the college that you went to, at the recommendation for your parents. So again, you're doing what other people think you should be doing, okay? Even though I know it's on a super subconscious level, when you finally get into the job that you've got from the degree that you earned from the college that you went to, right? On the first day of the job, your boss comes to you and your boss tells you, congratulations on the new job. We're so glad to have you on the team. Now, I need you to do this paperwork. I need you to fill out these forms, and I need you to have it all done by 4 p.m. before we close. And you're like, of course, boss, I'll do that, right? And for the next 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 years, you spend the rest of your life doing what someone else wants you to do, right? And making someone else happy, right? So my point being is you're working a job for a boss to make your boss happy, right? Because your boss happy is going to get you paid. The job that you're working, you got because of the degree you got at the recommendation of whatever your parents recommended you what school to go to, right? Which led you to get a specific degree, which then people recommended to you based on the school you went to and the degree that you got, what job you should apply for. And the job you applied for led you here to working for your boss. Okay? So your entire lifespan has been making other people happy and doing what other people recommend you should be doing, that you to be doing. Now, there's nothing particularly wrong with that, but how much of your life are you spending thinking about what you want for yourself? not what other people want for you, what you want for you. Okay? And this is why a lot of us struggle with the idea of having to sit down and think about what they wish for. That's the craziest part, is that if a genie were to actually come to you and grant your wishes, which the universe is your genie, okay? I don't know if I'm bursting your bubble by telling you this, or if this is a shock to you, but the universe is your genie. The universe will grant you whatever you want. Okay? But a lot of you guys, right, are so unfamiliar with what it is you even wish for, that even if I was to be a genie that could magically grant you all your wishes, you wouldn't even know what to wish for. Right? I think it was Bonnie that said, oh, I want to marry a rich man. Well, remember, the genie is going to grant you your wish, but the more specific you are, the closer the wish that I grant you will be to what you actually want. So if you tell me you just want to marry a rich man that you're attracted to, yeah, I can give you a rich man that you're attracted to, but are you gonna get along with him in the relationship? How old is he gonna be? How old is he gonna be relative to you, right? How tall is he gonna be? What's his fight language going to be like? I mean, you said you're attracted to him. You didn't say you would get along with him. You didn't say you'd have good times with him all the time. You didn't say he'd be a family man. You didn't even tell me that you wanted to have kids with this man. You didn't tell me where you wanted to live. You didn't tell me what you wanted him to do. You didn't tell me what you wanted his career path to be. You could be attracted to him and he could be a rich man, but he could be working literally 25/8 and you never see him or spend any time with him. You didn't specify that to me in your wish. I'm just granting you your wish. I don't know what you want. You didn't tell me. You just told me rich man that you're attracted to. So I gave you a rich man who you're attracted to, but you never see. But you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me what type of job you wanted him to have. You didn't tell me how much money you wanted him to have. You didn't tell me if you wanted him to be a business owner or an NBA player or a golfer or a boxer or a fisherman. You didn't tell me any of that. So I just gave you whatever. You only told me rich and attracted. I gave you what you asked for. You didn't tell me all those other things. Kalira said he only eats raw meat. Sure, that's fine. That's specific, right? Every chance, every piece of information you provide in your wishes brings you one step closer to actually getting that. Before that, Bonnie said before that, I said swimming in money. Okay, swimming in money from what? I can give you a rich man who's a drug dealer. You see how that works? You see how that works? The genie can actually give you what you don't want if you don't do the job of being specific. I can give you a guy who's swimming in money. I can also make him a drug dealer. You didn't tell me what type of job you wanted him to have. He can be a kingpin, right? He could be a scammer. I can give you a rich scammer. You'll live in a nice house. He'll probably go to jail after about 5 years of marriage, and then your kids will grow up without a dad. But you didn't tell me that. You just told me you wanted a rich man who's attractive. I can give you one of those. Right? Sarah Ratima said, wish list or needs list, whichever. The reason I don't want to put I don't want to put boundaries on this, because I don't want you to be thinking too hard when you're writing down these lists. I just want you to be thinking about, what do I want? Right? Just only think about because the more complicated you make it, is this a wish or is this a need? Is this a desire or is this a just kind of need it, just kind of want it, would be nice to. You start complicating it and you stop the process of just putting out onto the paper what it is you want. You just need to get into the habit of just putting it out onto the paper. I want this. Put it out onto the paper. I want this. Put it out onto the paper. Sarah Tima says, like the bare minimum or your dream man. Your dream man, your dream. So we're talking about writing down your dream relationship and your dream life. So all of it. We're not talking about nice to haves. We're not talking about, this is the bare minimum, or it would be okay. Everything that you want, you put on that piece of paper, right? We're not calling it dreaming, okay? We're just talking about this is your wish list. Don't think about it too hard, except this is my wish list. I am your genie, here to grant you all of your wishes. You must be specific with your wishes, or else your wish will be granted in a way that doesn't make you happy. The less detail you give, the more wrong the grant of the wish will be. Okay? Just think of it like that. You will be punished for being vague. You will be punished for being unspecific. Is unspecific even a word? You will be punished for not being specific. Okay? Every single detail. Every single detail. I want you to tell me how much your chandelier costs in the house. I want you to tell me the square footage of your house, down to the last tile. I want you to tell me how many TVs you have. I want you to tell me the color of your bed sheets. I want you to tell me the color of the hardwood. Okay? Everything. I want you to tell me the breed of your dog. Okay? The size and weight of your dog. I want you to tell me what type of dog food you feed your dog. Everything. Everything, right? And the reason I stress this so much is because this will give you a lot of clarity in your life. It will bring you so much clarity. And I don't want you, see, this is a problem. I don't want you to think, like I said before, wishing and dreaming and like writing down all the things that you want does not make you masculine and does not take away your femininity. I don't know where that idea, stem from, but from what I've been understanding and information I've been gathering, seems to be, I will just say, a lot of people that think for some reason it's wrong to want something specific, right? And try to actively manifest that into their life, especially as it relates to a relationship, because we all just want someone to just come and want us and show us that perfect life. Oh, did TikTok end? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. Let me go back to I don't know why it ended. It said it ended for inactivity or some shit. Sorry, guys. I'll restart that. For you guys. See, that's why it's good to be on both platforms, because now you guys can get the opportunity to jump over onto YouTube in case something weird like that happens. I'll give everyone a second to come back on. Sorry, that ended because of inactivity. I apologize, guys. I apologize. No, it wasn't your internet connection. I'm glad you see. This is why it's great to have you guys on multiple platforms, because everyone knows exactly where to pop into as soon as one finishes. Okay, I started back up the TikTok. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I apologize. Yeah, no, it wasn't your connection. I love how SH and Sharice are like Saratima. I love how you guys are like the first ones to like pop back onto this one. Sorry for those of you on TikTok. I think something happened. There was it said it ended for inactivity. I think because I didn't click my TikTok studio thing, it just kind of ended it automatically. That was very strange. I apologize, guys, but we're back on TikTok now. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking if you guys were paying attention. I just wanted to make sure, you know what I mean. It's just a quick just a quick check-in to make sure you guys are paying attention. Okay. So sorry for that, but as I was saying, see, that's why it's good for me to have two separate live streams going on, just in case anything strange happens and something goes down. There's always an opportunity for you guys to continue watching somewhere else, right? So as I was discussing, we're back now. As I was discussing, right, it's so important to understand what it is that you're trying to visualize and be specific with it, because you will be punished anytime you are not specific with your wishes or your desires or what you want. Okay? It's so important. You can't You can't get what you want out of life, out of love, out of relationships if you don't even know what it is that you want. I can't stress this enough. Right? Did I spill some on me? I don't think I did. Right? I can't stress it enough. You will not get out of life what you want if you don't know what it is that you want. Okay? And do not think that you are not, how do I say this? Do not think that you are doing something wrong by knowing what it is that you want and actively seeking that out. Okay? Because it will give you a lot of direction. And this is how it all ties into relationships, right? You want to have that direction and that understanding. Luz, thank you for the gift. I appreciate the rose. You want to have that direction and that understanding of what it is you're seeking for. Because when you go out on these dates, guys, when you go out on these dates, you need to be able to quickly identify if someone, right? If someone is not in line with the type of relationship you're trying to be in. See, a lot of us are wondering or upset with ourselves or upset with other people for wasting our time. Okay? And I understand that's upsetting. I'd be upset too if I felt like someone wasted my time, right? But what you should also be upset at is allowing yourself to be in a position where someone can waste your time. What do I mean by that? You also need to hold yourself accountable, because if you're over here searching because you don't know what you want, what you desire, or what you're looking for, you're also going to end up stringing yourself along, waiting for someone to show you that they are who you need them to be, or waiting for someone to show you what your dream life could be like, right? And instead of you already knowing what that looks like and identifying if someone is in line with that or if someone isn't in line with that, you're sitting around waiting for them to show it to you. And then they end up, after a year of your life, 6 months of your life, showing you that they're actually probably not that person, and they're probably never going to show you your dream life. And then you're upset at them for wasting your time, when all of the signs, if you were to actually sit down and think about what it is that you want, all of the signs as it relates to them not being what you want or what you desire or what you need were there in front of you. You just didn't do the work of understanding what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, and actually being honest with yourself about it, being specific about it. Because what happens is that when you go on these dates, you'll immediately think about this. If after you write down this entire list, right, and you make it super specific of all your wishes that you could ever wish for and think about and want, and possibly even, anything you write down, and you're so specific, right? As specific as you are, when you go on that date, after you've written down all of those things, Luz, thank you for the ice cream. After you've written down all of those things, what's the first thing you're going to be able to identify when you meet someone? You're going to be able to quickly identify, actually, you don't meet any of the criteria that I want in a man. Clear said, I think the live died. Yeah, I had some technical difficulty, but the live, guys, in case you're ever wondering and the live stream cuts off on TikTok or cuts off on YouTube, that's why I'm going live in 2 places. The smart people came right to YouTube and checked, and they seen that the live was still going on. So it was like a TikTok issue that just cut the live stream off. But that's why you got to be following me on both platforms in case anything happens. You know what I mean? In case I heard there's supposed to be like a United States ban on TikTok too. So you got to make sure you're following me on multiple platforms. So if there actually is a US ban on TikTok, then you guys can transition over, okay? Easily, without being scared and forgetting my name or something like that, right? So I say that to say, it's so important to be so specific, because when you're sitting in front of that person on that date, you will have a clear understanding if someone is not in line with the person you're visualizing. Okay? You'll have a very clear understanding, and that's okay. It's okay to meet someone and quickly recognize that they're not the person that you are seeking. That's perfectly fine. Okay? That's actually a good thing, because you'll spend a lot less time wasted getting strung along by these guys, right? And a lot more time only invested in people who are actually serious and are in line with the vision that you have for yourself. It's okay to be a woman and have a vision for your own life. It's okay to be a woman and have direction. It's okay to be a woman and have goals and strive to be the best or strive to have the best life. That's okay. You don't have to sit around and wait for a man to show you that life or give you that life or sweep you off your feet, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't have a man that I'm not saying that you have to be so masculine that you take over and you're the man. What I'm saying is that it doesn't make you more masculine or manly because you're trying to manifest a life that you want for yourself. Even if that life is, I want to be with a good man who treats me well and respects me and courts me and we have this great spark and all that good stuff. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But be specific in what you want. Be specific in what you're looking for, and then do the job of putting yourself in a position, right, where you can actually start seeing that. Take action towards that. Manifesting, right? Even as it relates to your aura, like we talked about. I know this title's How to Change Your Aura. This is all related, right? All of that stuff does not work unless you take action after you identify what it is that you want or you're seeking or what it is that you want to be. Because changing your aura, the same way I talked about writing out your wish list, right? Knowing what you want, changing your aura only works if you can first identify what you want your aura to be. What do you want people to feel or think when they see you or come across you? Okay? What feeling do you want to inspire in people when they see you or come across you or meet you? You should be able to picture in your head, after someone meets me, the first thought in their mind is, wow, she's so intelligent, or wow, she is a goddess. Wow, she is. Picture in your mind what you want other people to feel and think when they meet you, right? All of that stuff, right? Someone said it's so hard to give time after a break. It is, but that you have to give time for yourself as well, right? And Valentina said, I'm so tired of this game. Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like I always say, guys, you can say you're tired of the game and you're tired of the relationship games, but anything that is good requires work. So if you want to have a good relationship, if you want your partner to desire you, if you want your partner to chase you, if you want your partner to be attracted to you, yeah, unfortunately, that takes work. Now, if you just want to sit on your ass and never have to do anything and just exist, just be a blob on the couch, existing, not doing anything, not saying anything, not putting in any work towards anything. Sure, you can do that, but don't expect people to desire you. Don't expect people to be attracted to you. Don't expect people to want to do anything with you. If you just want to sit and exist and have people come and love you just for your mere existence, you're living in a dream world. If you don't think that you should have to put in any work and still have a great, awesome, amazing relationship, you're living in a dream world. If you call that games, having to put in work, having to think about how you present yourself, think about how to make yourself the most desirable, think about how to inspire people to chase after you, think about how to motivate them to want to be in a relationship with you more and more, how to make yourself more attractive. If you consider that games, well, then sure, you can consider that games, but then don't be confused why people aren't attracted to you. Don't be confused why people don't desire you. Don't be confused why people don't want to be with you or treat you the way or give you the princess treatment like you want. Okay? Don't be confused. Right? Kalira says, and that world comes crashing hard real quick. Yeah. I mean, most of the people that will tell you that they're not with the game, they don't want to play any more games, and they're tired of all the relationship games and stuff like that, and they don't want to have to do all this work in order to get a guy to like them. I mean, sure. But so don't do the work. Don't play the games. Don't try to understand how men think. Don't try to make yourself more desirable. Don't try to make yourself more attractive. But then don't wonder why the guys aren't attracted to you. Don't wonder why the guys don't want you. Don't wonder why the guys are choosing other girls over you, because the other girls are actually putting, and I say other girls, but this applies for men and women, but the other people who are actually putting in work to be more desirable are naturally going to be more desirable. So the people are going to desire them more and do more for them. Are you following what I'm saying? I know it seems very simple in concept, but I mean, it's the truth, right? If me as a man, right, I can yell till I'm blue in the face, talking about it's so unfair that the girls want the guys who are rich more, and the guys who've got more money and bigger houses and all these cars and all this fancy stuff and all these great financially stable and all that. It's so unfair that a guy who's got more money will be seen as more attractive to majority of women than me. That's so unfair. The girl should love me for me. The girl shouldn't love me more if I have more money. If I'm poor, the girls should still all love me just as much, if not even more. Why do the girls like a rich man better? With more resources. I can cry till I'm blue in the face. However, that's not going to change the fact that a man who is more financially stable, who has more resources, is naturally going to be more attractive to a woman than a man who doesn't have that, or let's go in the opposite direction, has none of that. That is the reality of life and relationships as we're talking about heterosexual relationships, straight relationships, men and women, okay? That is the reality. Okay? So rather than me focusing all my energy on what women should desire in me as a man, I'm better served focusing my energy on identifying what women find more desirable and aligning myself with what women find most desirable, so that then I can be as desirable as possible to a majority of women, and then I can have my selection or choice of which women do I feel best suits me. Do you see how that is a much better use of my time and energy? Because with that mindset, I can actually get what I want out of a relationship and a partner. With the mindset where all I do is sit around and complain and talk about how it's unfair, nothing actually changes, and I don't get any closer to getting the relationship that I want, to getting the partner that I want. As the years and the months and the decades go by, I'm still in the same place, complaining, trying to convince people that they should be attracted to me even if I'm not rich, even if I don't have any resources, even if I'm not financially stable. I'm wasting away my entire life trying to convince people of something, right? I'm trying to convince the people that I'm attracted to, that I'm trying to attract, that they should be attracted to something different. Do you see how that makes no sense? Do you see how that is a complete waste of time and energy, right? If me as a man, I know I want women to be attracted to me, but I also want women to be attracted to me in the way that I want them to be attracted to me, not in the way that you're attracted to me. I want to change the way you're attracted to me, but I still want you to be attracted to me. Marin said delusional. Exactly. It is delusional, right? Because I want you to be attracted to me, but I don't want you to be attracted to me in the way that naturally would make you attracted to me. I want it to be in a specific way that I want you to be attracted to me. How does that work? It's your attraction to me. I can't tell you how you should or shouldn't be attracted to me, right? What I can do is ask you questions and get a better understanding of what makes me attractive to you, and do a better job of doing that. Do a better job of embodying that. Because that won't require a fight. That won't require me to convince you of anything. Right? You'll be attracted to me, you'll desire me, and now I'll get to choose who I want to be with. It's the same thing for you. right? Don't focus your energy on, I don't want to play these games, and why do I have to do this to be more attractive to men, and why do I have to talk like this and present myself like this, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want. Cool. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just don't be confused why the men aren't attracted to you, because the straight heterosexual men, what they're attracted to in a straight heterosexual woman is not going to change. No matter how much you yell and you scream and you complain and you say this and you say that and you post videos and you do that, what straight heterosexual men are attracted to is not going to change. I'm sorry to tell you. There's no amount of talking you're going to do or energy you're going to put in that's going to change what the straight heterosexual men are attracted to. So rather than focusing your energy on complaining about it or saying how it's unfair, why don't we guide our energy into understanding it, right? So that you can utilize it to your advantage, get your pick of whichever man you want as far as the eye can see, and you can choose the best possible partner and man for you, right? Because if you spend someone said, don't fight your nature. Exactly. If you spend your entire life trying to convince each man you meet that they should be attracted to you for a different reason, you're going to have a very, very small pool of men to choose from. Very small. Because most of them won't be attracted to you. Okay? If you focus on understanding how they think, understanding what they want, understanding what they desire, understanding what they find attractive in you or in women in general, and you align yourself in that, right? You have the power now, right? Because once they desire you, once they're attracted to you, once they want you, they're in the palm of your hand. That's what you don't understand about your aura, they're in the palm of your hand. The aura, the attraction, creating desire, all of that stuff. I'm trying to help you get these men in the palm of your hand that you can choose to do whatever it is you want to do with them. Whatever it is your heart desires, you get to do with them. If you want to take them and toss them in a lake, you can toss them in a lake. If you want to get them to jump off of a cliff, you can get them to jump off of a cliff. You can do whatever you want with the men. But the first step is getting them to desire you, getting them to be attracted to you, getting them to want you, so that they're on their hands and knees saying, what must I do for you? Right? You want them to say, what must I do to get you? I need to have you. I am desperate for you. I'll do anything. I'll crawl on glass. You can fart in my mouth. Do anything that I can do to get you, I will do. You want them crying, sobbing, please, 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 I'll do anything, miss, just a little bit of pussy, please, I'll do anything for you, please, please. Right? That's where you want them. In the palm of your hand. And you don't have, this is the most amazing part, this is the most amazing part, this is the most amazing part. You don't have to give them anything. You don't gotta give them nothing. 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 You don't have to give up anything. You can have all of that power and give up nothing. These are the concepts that I'm trying to teach you and help you understand, right? What I'm trying to do is give you information so you can understand how to take it and utilize it so that you can have the maximum amount of power, right? Create the maximum amount of desire. And then from there, you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to have a long-term relationship, cool. If you just want to have a couple of fuck buddies, cool. If you just want to have fun with a couple of guys, cool. But at least you'll be in control, right? At least you'll understand what's going on. At least you'll get out of the situation what you want. That's why people say, oh, manipulation is bad. Why are we teaching people to manipulate? Why are we teaching people to... Someone's going to get manipulated. Okay? So we can either... Oh my God. Sorry. I apologize. Are we doing okay here? Is there still a lag? Is there still a lag? Freezing? Okay, give me 1 second. One moment. Sorry about that, guys. My apologies. I don't know what's going on with my connection. Is it still lagging, guys? Still lagging for you? It's okay now? No lag? Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, we got some technical difficulties today. Very important. What was I just talking about? I lost my train of thought, guys. See, when I be going on a rant, just sometimes I lose my train of thought. What was I just talking about, guys? Tell me. Remind me in the chat. That's why I need like live moderators, because like I can't remember what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, having all the power, right? Thank you. Who was it that said that? Holland. Having all the power. And it's so important. He begging for the kitty cat, right? There's no need for you to give up your power. It's unnecessary. But you can use all of this information that I give you to your advantage. And I know I'm talking about how to change your aura, and that aspect is a little bit more spiritual, but that's all part of the physical attraction. Okay. Notice I said that's all part of the physical attraction. I didn't say that's part of the emotional attraction or the spirit. It's all part of the physical attraction, because your aura is your energy, and your energy people are also attracted to. People can feel that out. Have you ever been around someone that you can actually feel their desperation? Tell me in the chat. Have you ever been around someone before, right, that you can actually feel their desperation in their energy? Okay. That girl says, I can feel everything. Batia says yes. Sarah Ratima says yes. Nana says yes. Clear says, oh yes. Safa says LMAO, right? Marissa says yes, exclamation mark. Ella says yes. Welcome back, Ella. Right? In my gut, Holland says. Linda says yes, a massive turn on. And I'm sure you know what is the craziest part? Is that I'm sure as women, and you guys can confirm to me if this is true or not. I'm sure as women, the same way you're sitting here with me trying to understand relationships and men better, you're thinking of a specific guy that, you know, it didn't work out with, or, you know, you just didn't get what you want with, or just you felt like you liked him more than he liked you. And you're wondering why you were in a position where you were constantly needing him more than he needed you. But I'm sure you've also been in situations, and let me know in the chat if you have, right, where it's the other way around, where you've been with guys that were really needy towards you. They wanted you so bad. They were super clingy towards you. And you're just kind of like, I'm not really interested. You know what I mean? Like you weren't feeling them, right? Right. And the most amazing part, Sarah Ratima says yes. Guita says yes, of course. Albany says both. Safi says true on both counts. Ella says yes. Marin says same person in the beginning, so the same person it happened to. Batia says my ex-husband. Oh my goodness! Imagine being in a relationship with, marrying someone that you felt like, you know, you weren't that attracted to. I mean, trust me, we've all been in relationships where we feel like, you know, the other person likes us more. There's nothing wrong with that. But I say that to say, right, the same things that you were experiencing, the same ideas and concepts you were experiencing with the person that you felt like liked you more and you weren't that into them, a lot of the same things someone else was experiencing with you, which is why you found yourself in the position of being powerless and, you know, kind of chasing after him. Okay. So all I'm trying to help you understand is that this goes both ways, happens to everyone, but the better you can understand what's going on, the better you will be at positioning yourself in this specific way so that you can actually get even the guys you like to like you. Okay. But Tia says it was so bad. I'm sure, right? So true. It helps to look at it both ways. For sure. See, this is part of the things, and like I always tell you guys, I tell you guys this every live. First of all, I'm not a perfect human being, okay? I'm a red flag man, okay? Before you guys, any of you guys who are new here should know, will learn this. Some of you guys who've been here for a while should already know this. I am not agreeing. Don't think that because I sit here and I talk to you guys about relationships and we have fun and we joke around that I'm a green flag guy. I'm a red flag man. Okay? Red flag, very red flag man. But I say that to say that I make mistakes too, and I learn as well too, right? I have things to work on as well too, okay? And in the process of that, I also learn a lot and try a lot, right? And I found myself, right, in the process of learning all of these things, learning what makes a relationship, learning how relationship dynamics work, right? I've learned to also identify people that I like. And even when I like someone, I'm still capable of holding my water, right? And actually flipping the script, right? The people that I like, inspiring that level of desire in them that they like me even more than I like them. And so the balance of power is good. That's how I always like it. That's how you all should be. We're all here, but we're all going to go out into our own relationships and we're going to keep the balance of power in our favor. Okay? You always want to be like, I know don't let outside people who aren't part of what we got going on convince you that you're a bad person because you know how to get people to do what you want. Don't let them convince you you're a bad person, because at the end of the day, if all you want is a good, happy, healthy relationship and you use your knowledge of relationships and people to get that, more power to you. More power to you. Don't let people convince you that you shouldn't be thinking about or understanding how people work, especially how men work, to get what you want out of them. Because I know for most of you guys just want a happy, healthy, long-term relationship. Maybe some of you guys want fuck buddies, but I don't know why you'd be here if you wanted a fuck buddy. But still, my point stands still, right? I think it's very possible for you to be able to do that still. Okay? Now, I know this was kind of a long conversation that we had. I want to make sure that we're all aware of what we're doing after this conversation. We have homework. I know today's Friday, but you have homework for the weekend, and tomorrow's going to be a very special week because I loved having this discussion, and I know this discussion inspired a lot of you guys. And I know one thing I love about this discussion about manifestation, law of attraction, the aura, and all that stuff is that I know these are the type of concepts that stay with you even after we talk about it, which I love. Thank you so much for the whipped copy and the rosa, okay? That's my number one dream, is that even after we talk, the conversation stays with you and you actually learn, like, take something away. Like, even, I don't even care if you credit me for teaching you it, but the fact that you can actually take something away that you can use with you for the rest of your life is the most important part. Sarah or that girl, or sorry, SH or that girl, or Charisse, if you can write down what the homework is in the chat. So the homework, essentially, I want you to write down your wish list for your life and your relationship. That's what the homework. Pretend as if I'm a genie, right? And I come to you and tell you I'm going to grant you all of your wishes. The only caveat, right? The only thing is you have to be extremely specific in what all of your wishes are, or else I will grant them in the wrong way. Okay? You got to write them down. Don't ask me how long it's got to be. Just write. You write it down. You be specific. When you feel like you've written down enough, as much as you can write, you keep writing. You got a whole weekend to do this. So if you have to, I want you to spend 3 days writing. So you spend Friday, you write till you can't write no more. You come back on Saturday, you look at it, you write until you can't write anymore. You come back on Sunday, you look at it, you write until you can't write anymore. And then Monday, you come with your 3 days of writing down stuff on your wish list about your relationship and your life. It has to be specific. I want to be able to know the thread count on your bed sheets. Okay. I want to know how many pieces of paper are laying down on your dining table. I want to know the brand of the diffuser that you use in your living room. I want to know the scent that permeates through your diffuser in your living room. Okay? I want to know how many forks you have in the dishwasher. I want to know what brand of cereal you buy. I want to know how many pieces of chicken are left in your refrigerator. I want to know everything. I want to know the color of your toenails. I want to know what shop you go to get your feet and your nails done. I want to know how much it costs to get your hair done. I want to know what shade. I want to know what shape. I want to know what cut style. I want to know what you do on a daily basis. I want all of it. Do you got heated toilet seats or unheated? You got a bidet that sprinkles water up your booty hole or not? Which one? Because I can't grant you your wish if I don't know which one. All of it. Just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. and you're going to realize, right, at the end of your homework, you're going to realize you have an amazing list full of all your desires and everything that you want in your life. And once you have that list, we can do so much with that list. We can do so and I'll write this on a good piece of paper too, right? Like a good, because we're going to take this in a really very interesting direction. And this conversation has inspired so many ideas for me. We're going to take this in a very interesting direction. So make sure when you write this down on a piece of paper, don't write it down on a paper you're going to spill oil on. You got your greasy fingers all over, right? Make sure it's a good piece of paper because we're going to utilize this multiple times, okay? For doing some really interesting special stuff, okay? Write it down. Or if you like typing, maybe you have your handwriting sucks, okay? You can type it out. It's got to be on, but even if you type it out though, I want it to be on a piece of paper. Like get it out into 3-dimensional space, right? Even if you type it out, get it out into 3-dimensional space so you can read it and it can feel real. You can touch it with your hands, okay? Right? Yes. So someone said, are you going to upload this episode on YouTube? Yes. So for those of you guys who missed part of it or you didn't get here in the beginning or whatever, you might have, forgotten to join us at the time when I started, you can always go on YouTube and find the entire live stream. Even the part, see, this is the crazy part. You guys get some exclusive content. So now when you go and watch the live stream, you'll see when it cut out on TikTok and me figuring it out there on YouTube because the YouTube live stream went the whole time. So yes, everything will be available on YouTube. You can rewatch the stream as many times you want. You can watch it while you're asleep. You can watch it. You can even watch this live stream while you're writing out your wish list. Okay. So you'll know exactly what you should be writing out. Okay. You can re-listen to, that's exactly what you should do actually. Listen to this as you're writing out your wish list so you can stay on task and know exactly what it is you're writing out and why you're doing it. Okay. That will be great. So for those of you guys, all the live streams, including this one, will be available on my YouTube, and it's available as soon as this live ends. So as soon as this live ends, it'll be right on my page, ready for you to watch and consume and soak up, okay? For those of you guys who have a specific question for me, like a personal question or whatever, although I will say, I'd rather you do the homework first before you start asking me a whole bunch of personal questions. Do the homework first. Then you can ask me your personal questions. But if you have a personal question for me, you can direct message me on Instagram. I will get to it. I'll probably get a lot more caught up this weekend because obviously we're not going to be live streaming this weekend. And, I'll respond to as many people's messages as I possibly can. Just give me some time, okay? The name on YouTube is right there, right there. You can just screenshot this if you can't type it out fast enough or whatever, but it's right there. The Instagram is right there, okay? Very simple, okay? So, other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Of course, I will see you again Monday at 4 p.m. Okay, I'm live every day, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so 4 p.m. Eastern time means you got to go in Google. You got to say 4 p.m. Eastern time in whatever your time zone is. Type that in on Google. Google will give you the answer of what time it is in your time zone when it's 4 p.m. Eastern time for me. Okay, that will tell you what time you need to be ready to go for the next live stream on Monday. Make sure you guys are on time for that, because we're going to be sharing our wish list, and that's going to be a very important jump off point to everything else we're going to be doing. Okay. So other than that, you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you again very soon. I'll be posting videos throughout the weekend as well. So make sure you're on my YouTube, because YouTube will also be getting some videos on the weekend, and on TikTok as well. So make sure you're following me on both. Other than that, I'll see you guys again very soon. I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay. Kisses, love. Bye for now. I'll see you later, unless you see me in downtown Toronto. Okay. Bye. 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 Bye.